think your Drow here is going to have a lot of issues. There's a lot of jump to get on top of her. There's a lot of ways to punish the Drow. There is counterplay down the line. You know, when you get a blink up on V, you've got some save. You've got your own reach with Killa on a Marcy. I just think YBB's draft is more forgiving. You know, even ignoring how they played as a team in the last game, which was pretty fantastic, this lineup's just easier to pull off. 7.
Good luck, have fun to Aaron, apparently. HHM is getting good luck, have fun as well. There you go, Jonathan. Very, very friendly between these two. So yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you. I feel like this YBB draft is just so aggressive, so good at closing the gap. And the thing is, you're going up against the Drow as well. Lunfer, he's probably not going to have the greatest game in the world. Killer, meanwhile, will run right into low. And, of course, Qian Ming, and is still going to try and go for the fight with the dispose out. He does have some backup on the way. Ranfu Dao trying to catch up, but Qian Ming ensuring he's slowed up and actually takes away the bounty rune as well. So it's still a 3-for-1 in the favor of YBB. Low and Qian Ming just able to secure their own bounty regardless of the outnumber.
Yeah, they just get the numbers off. Low gets good blocks off as well with Nature's Call Treants. And just manages to run away. So the kill threat isn't there. They get to reset a little bit. And that's not a great feeling for the side of Poke at the same time. I do appreciate that they want to play more aggressive. They understand their lineup has to play a bit quicker like we saw the Drow last time. You know, you've got to run fast and just take over these lanes. Low, he's blocked in by his own treants.
Uh-oh, Low. Gonna try and juke out in the tree line. Looks like he will be able to TP back towards his tier 1 tower. Keep in mind, he has 0 regen available at the moment, though. We'll have to rely on Qian Ming giving him some tangos over. And we'll be able to do so just fine. Poke trying to get as much damage in as they can early on here against the Nature's Prophet, and I suppose you can't really disagree with that.
No, it's the right play, right? This is the moment where this Riki lane is not going to be its strongest. Early levels for Riki. First 2 levels can feel pretty atrocious, so they need to punish Low while he lacks any way of cutting them off with Sprout, while lacking a reset with the teleportation. And they do a good job. They aren't really stopping Low from farming, though. He is still able to stand back once he has the spacing and get the farm that he needs, and he did manage to get himself Tango, so does manage to reset quite nicely. If you do manage to hit like level 3 nicely, or even just level 2 once you've got the cookie up, and you get a good rebound off with Killa, you could go for that same play again and maybe end up with more success. They, again, just need to keep applying that pressure because this draft has to move fast from Poke.
Yeah, certainly so. Of course, you just saw a very nice onslaught coming out from beyond, just getting his way out of that dire situation he was in. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a bit of a rebound in from Killa. Not going to amount to too much. Low completely avoiding it. Continuing to spam those voice lines from Polaris. You gotta love it. Meanwhile, mid lane, a bit of a fight over the water runes here between 70 and V, though V does pick up 1. The other one seems to have already been taken. Kick back, not gonna mean much. Top lane, yeah. Maybe a bit of a play on to ZZQ now as Ranfu Dao go for a tiny chase, but doesn't have Celestial Hammer. Looking for a Starbreaker onto ZZQ, probably not going to amount to much. Meanwhile, mid lane, 70 being chased down a little bit by V with the shards, but again, it is going to be just fine. It's all about trading some harass. ZZQ, top lane, is still being chased down by Ranfu Dao. And he's fighting back now. Ranfu Dao, the one that needs to quite literally run. ZZQ will chase him down, but he doesn't have any spells to throw out. So both supports just going ham, even finding a courier of Lunfer now.
Yeah, it's a nice little take. He could have probably gone for the kill with Leech Seed, but they're going for Lunfer instead.
Well, why the hell not? It's a much bigger target. Lunfer is going to get taken down very easily by Beyond. Ranfu Dao, I mean, it's kind of one of those things about the Pos 5 Dawnbreaker. If you don't dominate the lane, it doesn't really do much. And that's what it feels like is going to happen this game. Because Ranfu Dao, I mean, he's out of mana. He's up against a Trained Protector and a Primal Beast. I just don't understand what kind of impact a Pos 5 Dawn can have here.
Yeah, it's not going to do as much. And Ranfu's still running around as well. Going in for the 4-minute water rune, looks like just setting up and scouting out if there are any stacks. That's just going to give more room for ZZQ and for Beyond to maybe get on top of Lanfer if he's not careful. And the Drow's so susceptible in this lane as well.
Nice little courier snipe at least from our Dawn. And Ranfu Dao just picked an eye off, but Lunfer's going to drop. So he denies himself by the tier 2 tower. Problem is, his Drow gets taken out. And ZZQ's now tipping Lunfer.
I mean, they saw him. That's the thing. Like, ZZQ saw him dip into the triangle, and he walked back and knew that the Dawn wasn't walking back with him, so they could just jump the Drow and take her out. She doesn't have TP back as well. She's walking back with a smoke. Both of them are walking back with smokes. Ranfu just makes his way elsewhere. Every lane feeling so good for YBB at the moment. You are getting more CS on V, but overall, if V can't do anything with that slight advantage he has, and if he doesn't get any connections when he gets his 6, then it really won't matter with how well the other side lanes are going for YBB. Like, this start on Beyond's going to set up well. You're going to have a pretty good timing into your Maelstrom here for low. And the push can start kicking in. And when 70 is ready to rotate, I mean, that's an Earth Spirit with levels here, Mike. It's going to be pretty scary to have that show up in the side lane.
It certainly will. Top lane. In fact, bottom lane. Action across the whole map, but Lunfer is going down top on the Drow Ranger again. Oh, you know, you pick Drow and you see Primal Beastling on the side, you know you're in for a bad time. You're in for such a bad time. And this lane has gone as bad as you could have possibly thought. 0-3-0 is Lunfer. This Primal is finding everything he wants, and I can't say the same for the bottom lane. Like, Killer's going to try and go onto low, but I don't think they have damage. Not without the level 6, though. Cookie is there, but Smokescreen's going to come out. Low's still on the run, the mischance. Oh, and now the Sprout. Killer still chasing. Has Dispose up in just 3 seconds. He might get the kill.
Ooh.
Hands up, Low, still trying to run, is going to go down. Chanming can't do much to help out. Is going to try and at least kill off Killer, but Rebound is there. He might go down to boot. Smokescreen out. He is still trying. He has tricks to the trade, but no, the hits! The hits! Oh, he finally gets him. Aaron, I believe, took all the tricks to the trade hits. At least you got the mask.
Oh, freebie.
Here comes Low. Freebie, we'll see. Aaron gonna cookie away. He's gonna be alright. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, 7E. He's gonna find Ranfu down. Seems like the Snapfire is just fine. Very action-packed game number 2.
Yeah, stark contrast to game 1 where it really went off to a slower start. This time, YBB has the draft that wants to play pretty damn quick, and Poke also wants to play quick, but they're just not able to respond properly. You see, look at CZQ just walking through mid.
Yeah, he literally just casually walked in. Magnetize at least has been wasted. But it... Oh, never mind, it wasn't wasted. It actually lasts the whole time, so V's gonna drop. Cookie is there. Aaron, very nice setup. Problem is he has literally no backup. He's going in on his own. A solo mission for Aaron. And mission has been failed, Soldier. He is gone.
And that push kicks in here, Mike. Low shows up. Shove onto the mid tier 1. Doesn't take too long to melt that down. And no response from Poke. I mean, all they can do now is just get what they can on their side lanes. Try to recover on Lunfer. I say that, but while he's still solo, he still is vulnerable. At least he has the guts, so he can shut Beyond away.
7E's there, John. 7E's there. Kick back onto the trowel. Oh, it's tough, man. I mean, I'm enjoying it because I'm an Earth Spirit spammer myself, John. This is great news for me, but for Lunfer, he's having a really bad time.
Oh no, it's not a good game to be Drow right now. Your lane matchup doesn't work out. You're not able to really leverage your Dawnbreaker support. It is not in the best of spots right now,
Killer.
Especially as a 5.
Pulverize is up. Killer's gonna cop it. He's just dead. Beyond picking up his 5th kill of the game. 5-on-1. Meanwhile, mid lane, the action just doesn't stop. V's being chased down now on the Tusk. 70 literally just leaves him for the courier. He literally just kills the courier. He could roll in right now, but he's still waiting. ZZQ still chasing him down to the tree. Nature's Wrath gonna fly right through the Tusk. 7E, do you want to go, sir? It seems like he doesn't. To be fair, he is low on boulders. Meanwhile, Beyond. Onslaught right into Aaron. And Aaron, well, he just can't do anything about it. There's just nothing to be done.
I mean, you have to appreciate just how great the draft is from YBB here. Oh no. Whoa, oh,
Yeah,
no.
Pulverize, mid lane, also action breaking out. Killer, he does have the Unleash with the lifesteal, so Killer, he's gonna try for this, maybe can find Beyond, but Beyond is just continuing. Oh, Beyond, he just doesn't care. Ranfu down, running away again. V's gonna show up with the Walrus Punch. ZZQ at least does go down, but that's your Pos 3 Marcy for a position for Treant. This Primal Beast still walks away. That's just such a sad sight to watch.
Yeah, it's a 6K lead at 9. This is close to one of the biggest leads we've had sub 10 minutes here as well. I think we've seen a little bit bigger in some absolute 13-0 stomps before, but this is up there, Mike. And again, it kind of goes back to just draft a bit, huh?
Magnetize refreshed. 7E hesitating to roll in. Nice block there from Ranfu down. Magnetize is still going. Lunfer, he's going to be okay to survive through that magic damage unless he goes back in. Oh, no. The portal switch connected.
No.
I saw it in slow motion. I saw it in slow motion when he started walking up. I was like, no, please get out of there.
He wanted it so bad, he went with the multi-shot. Again, I want to point out, this is down, I want to say a lot of it's actually on draft. Like, this Riki pick was just magical. You picked Riki into the Marcy, Tusk, Dawnbreaker. Like, these are supports that these are heroes that want to be in your face. Smokescreen just ruins you.
Oh,
you just have no counterplay.
7E's in again. Aaron's going to drop to low. 10-3 now, John. 7K advantage. This is one-sided if I've ever seen it. I mean, it doesn't get much more one-sided than this.
No, this is...
Even the replay. Why are you going to do him like that? Lunfer, he just can't catch a break.
No, he's had a rough game. He's trying to farm, but look at Chan Ming. Just checking around, looking to see if there's an opportunity. There are no sentries yet. I mean, there's a sentry up there to watch him at least. And an obs. Let's get the obs for himself, but they've still got vision in the area. It doesn't really matter. Like, you're at this point where you have so much farm that you can just do what you want here.
Beyond lost vision there for a moment. He was looking for a pulverize onto this Marcy, and Killer. Killer's still there. Rebound, unleash. He's not going to have the damage. Low's right behind him. Killer is still trying, but my god, Beyond. And now 7E right on target, finds Aaron. Has Magnetize if he wants to pop it, won't bother though as they don't have the spells to follow up. Meanwhile, bottom lane, who have they... Oh no, not Lunfer. Leave Lunfer alone. Lunfer has had enough on this drow. He's going to Quelling and he's going to be okay. Snowball in. They're going to try and trade. They've got the profit. That's a big one. Low, overgrowth. It might just save the day. No, the Sprout. Oh, no. Low, he gets out. Disgusting. And Lunfer.
No, Lunfer!
Not Lunfer.
Lunfer's a Lazult. Why?
You tell me, John. You analyze these plays. I don't know what to say anymore. This drow, I just feel so bad.
I'm trying to think of a recovery plan. Recovery plan.
But
Stall
financial
for...
advisor John X File.
Stall for 30 minutes. Try to invest heavily on your drow and hope that the financial future for your team goes into the green. I think that's probably your best bet. You've got to cut your losses somewhere. You need to get Lon for a game. And you could still find some pickoffs. I'm saying that, but Poke hasn't really clumped up on the aggressive. Again, same story as game one. They're not the aggressors. They're not the ones looking to run up when they can, right? Like, they've got Tusk 6 again. They're getting run down in Ranfu.
They're grouped up now, Poke. I mean, they're realizing the strength in numbers, right? Like, they're just grouped up mid lane. There's 70. That's a big one, except if he rolls away. He's fine. That's a bit sad. Top lane. Pushes out.
Oh, these voice lines. They're gonna get a freebie on the tier 2 if no one from Poke comes in. Kill is showing up the least. They could try. They're clumped up as a team, but it's very defensive clumping up. They're still not confident enough to jump in first, and I get why you're 10k behind at 13, but you've got to play like you've got some power. You know, you need to force some opportunities out when none is showing. Maybe go for a Hail Mary smoke or something.
We'll see. I mean, they're grouped up top lane. They could try to defend. It's still looking pretty rough for them, but maybe they could find the opening. Here we go. Onslaught forward here from Beyond. He has no fear in the world right now on this Primal Beast, and they have found the off-lane Marcy. The Solar Guardian is there, so they can get the kisses off and keep trying, but the Overgrowth is going to hold them down. They've just got no follow-up. Where's the damage? Maybe they can, though. Rebound is their killer. He'll find Beyond. He'll find Xian Ming. And they might even find DZQ. It's not the worst fight. It's 2 for 3. They lost their draft, but they're going to find 7E. They have done it. They found some kills for themselves. That's a great team fight for Poke.
They get a bit overconfident in YBB, diving way deep into that tier 2. Not respecting that. You know, when Poke connects as a team, they can play. Like, they have the Solar Guardian, they can sustain through some of that burst. And you don't have Spell Immunity up just yet on YBB. So you are still susceptible to a bit of that control coming out from Poke. That'll give them some time. 22-7. Side of YBB, and they still have this 8k lead, and oh boy.
Yeah, in they go again. That'll be a task to drop. All props to Beyond, because he's playing like a madman this game. Did die once, obviously, that top lane. Doesn't really matter. Just a monster, quite literally. 15 minutes in, 23-7. 9k advantage. Poke still showing signs of life, which is very, very strong to see. Or very good to see, rather. Well, YBB. Well, now they've got the Gleipnir up on low. So this is where things get really silly. Because now they've got even more lockdown, even more control.
Yeah, and we've been playing this entire time without the Ricky Shard being up yet as well. So you're 20 gold away for Xian Ming. Once you've got that, well, Sleeping Dart. We've seen that story before. Doesn't need too much clarification there, Mike. They take the top tier 2, as you would expect with Nature's Prophet here. The side of Poke are looking to take down bot, and they have the numbers to kind of back that up. Question is whether or not YBB will actually still care for that. They send in ZZQ solo, and they are smoked up here.
Bottom lane, ZZQ. TP's incoming Beyond. Look at it set up. He's found one fur. Look at the damage. He's gone.
God.
Oh no, the Nature's Wrath connects. It's too much damage. Oh, that's too quick. V's being chased here by 7E. Meanwhile, Ranfu Dao is gonna die. There's no way out of this. Ouch.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an onslaught into a Nature's Wrath, and he died.
Yeah, it's rough, right? It's always been rough for Pro for this game is just really not presented itself in any way for him to consider playable at the moment. And they find a mid tier 2 just with a creep wave shoving in and 70 to help out. Like, the map is shrinking so fast for the side of Poke. Again, it's so hard to find a way back in. Just hyper invest in your Drow, hope for the best. Get some Force Staffs out to help you with a Ricky. And maybe a couple of BKBs and you have a game there.
Chase is on. Dire jungle, Tianming. Just a few D wards. Looks like Poker gonna just retreat after seeing them in that dire jungle. And well, I suppose YBB they'll just go straight for Roshan. Nothing to really stop them from doing this. I mean, you'd love Poke to try and force a fight if they can. Be more than happy to oblige for that. Poke, they will not. They will hang across the map. They'll just keep their farm going. Roshan, it's going to take a little bit of time to finish. They haven't got the greatest amount of damage here with this draft, but they do have enough, to say the least.
Yeah, they've got the DD up and low, so it's going a lot faster than it should be. Side of Poke, not even keen on trying to contest. They don't have the forward vision to inform them that. Even if they did, I mean, they do have decent team fight. It's just a lot harder to execute.
Oh my god, Killer. Killer, he's gone. I mean, there's nothing he could have done. Xianming literally just used Sleeping Dart, low just TPs in with a double damage, because of course he does after Roshan. And that'll be about it. He's gone. The offlane Marcy just can't have impact this game. Like, still not even having a BKB at 18.5 minutes. No real farm to speak of. 12k advantage remains for YBB. And it seems like they're about ready to try and force high ground at this rate. Like, it's just such a dominant game. Well, they might even lose this Tusk Courier with the Mithril Hammer if they're not too careful. Luckily, it does survive. Because he needs all the damage he can get.
He does. And any sort of delay onto the BKB, even though it's still fairly far for the recipe to come in. I mean, you never know. Maybe you find space to farm. Maybe the game slows down and you could have had your BKB a minute earlier, but your Curry got sniped and you're just left hanging for a long time. Still, they've got to find a way to get that farm flowing here on Poke. And they are wringing some control back. They might get the jump on Chan Ming.
Chan Ming? He just jumps in. There's no detection around. They'll finally get the dust off, but it's too late. The Gleipnir is going to hold a couple down, and now the onslaught. Oh, lows on a godlike. It's just so tough. They're coming in from every single angle, and 70 is not done. He wanted it a little bit more, but it seems like he won't be willing to dive too deep and throw this game. Instead, they could probably just start onto the high ground. Mind you, respawn times are so low right now. Like, they're both back up in like 10 seconds. That's how badly this game's gone. There's a 5-level difference, 6-level difference between the Prophet and the Drow.
Yeah, I mean, considering how much Lunfer has been dying in the fights, he hasn't had an opportunity to try to soak some EXPs from some counter kills. Heck, Lunfer is the lowest level tied in with Ranfu. He's actually at the same point as his lane partner.
Caught out. There is going to be a Solar Guardian to help, a jump in from our Marcy as well, but it's all into the Gleipnir, and now the Overgrowth going to hold 4 of them down. 70 right into the backside. He has found so many, and guess what? Lunfer, he is not going to be excluded. They've got him. He is down. When do you call this kind of game? When do you just say, I've had enough? GG,
There
that's
you
it. Yeah, I mean, you have to. This is literally torture.
And this is just complete and utter domination out from YBB. Poke.